Hey everybody, it's Kenny K here, and I'm bringing you Dolls from 1986. Gets a 6.3 on IMDb. Gets a 6 from me. I like this movie. Directed by Stuart Gordon. And I like this movie because it's one of those movies that I watched as a kid. This one and Child's Play, but they scared the living hell out of me. I remember I had all these pieces of merchandise that I collected. I still do. I still have them in my man cave. All these special editions and still in box. But back then, I was so scared that I always look, and I did it for months on end, looking under my bed if there's no fucking killer dolls gonna stab my eyes out when I was sleeping or whatever. Um, Actors are Ian Patrick Williams, Caroline Purdy Gordon, and Carrie Lorraine. So these are the Bauer family. You got David Bauer, Rosemary Bauer, and Judy Bauer. Although Rosemary is the stepmom of Judy, and these two, Rosemary and David, are basically the worst slash depraved parents you can have. So, so it's their turn to watch over, custody, shared custody over Judy, but for some reason, I'm not sure they wanna have complete custody over the child just to fuck with her mom. And Rosemary is really wealthy, and that's also the reason. So you don't got a female gold digger, but a male gold digger. Um, for but Rosemary can't. She hates Judy. She hates Judy. But okay, yeah. Listen. Um, there's a point when they're apparently this movie takes place in England, and these are American tourists. They're going through but middle of the sticks, rural area, middle of nowhere. Their car breaks down, and I, I'm not sure who of the two. She had this teddy bear, and immediately one of them takes a teddy bear and just throws it away, and she's like, "No, no, my," and that was her favorite teddy bear, and that's how you can see how fucked up the dad and the stepmom is. They see this mansion in the distance. They go to this mansion, and Gabriel and Hillary Hartwick are living there. This old couple that are really, really invitive. Come in, come in. You can stay the night because there's a storm coming, and because they have room, and they have room to keep them there. Then another car uh, has the same problem, and in there you got Isabel and Enid, or two punkers, these two female punkers, with the rainbow colors in their hair, eyes painted shut from all the makeup they're wearing, and they're super unpolite. They put this boombox and put this metal music or what, and they're standing there in the kitchen, like standing there, like dancing like fucking retards. But they came with Stuart, who's played by Stephen Lee. Now I remember Stuart's face from things, but apparently he did a lot of episodes.
You like to play around?
Work like Who's the Boss, The Dukes of Hazzard. So that's apparently where but I saw him in multiple. he did a lot of TV series work, so episodes, you know. Now Stewart is he's like the most kind guy you can get. He's also an American. He picked up these two punker chicks, and they have been, you know, basically their idea was to steal as much as possible in this mansion and then get the car and get the fuck out of there, leaving Stewart behind. But something uh, something foils their plans. So there's a moment when so Gabriel is a toy maker, but he makes toys that nobody buys anymore, like the old toys, you know, mechanical, the soldiers with the, you know, the drums and the guns and these things that were sold in the 50s or something, and you don't they those toys aren't sold anymore. No, but he still likes to.
I can remember
them.
every single toy I had.
And Stewart says at some point, "Oh man, I can remember every." He's fascinated by it. David and Rosemary like, what the hell? Stupid child toys.
Well, at least the old fart stock some good wine.
We're better than everyone, right?
Just like this house.
And
all right, look.
Stewart says, "Oh, I can remember every toy when I was little." And then Gabriel says, "And they remember you, Stewart." And he's looking like, "Oh, okay, yeah, okay, well, let's hope so." Fast forward a little bit, night has come. These two girls, like I said, are going on a ransacking mission, Enid and Isabel, the punkers. There's also this moment at night when Judy saw a toy walking away, and she wanted to tell it to her parents, but her dad doesn't want to hear none
Go to
of
bed!
it, and he wants to strike her.
Better do what he says, short stuff.
He just can't.
He may
because
not be able to
still,
give you a
know,
swat,
joint
but I
custody,
can.
how he's gonna explain a bruise, so they're never gonna get the custody of the kid. But then Rosemary says, "Your dad can't hit you, but I sure can swab the hell out of you. You're like this." I said, "Like this." She literally looks like Cruella de Vil. You know, she has that, those cheekbones, and ugly lady, ugly fucked up lady. Now these punkers go on a ransacking mission, and one of them, I think Isabel, gets attacked by these toys. These toys come to life and they start to attack. So this is a spoiler review. If you're not, if you don't know, it's a spoiler review. It's an older movie, so I'm gonna talk spoilers. So they attack Isabel, and you see like soldiers with a sword cutting her, and soldiers with spears cutting, or even just a doll, like a Raggedy Ann doll with a knife in her hand, with this miniature knife stabbing her. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty grisly, actually, because when Enid finds her friend, she has these, they basically gouged out her eyes and put doll's eyes in them. Now, at some point, she because she's still alive, she's not dead yet, she takes out those eyes and says, "Help me." Now, I can't show you that picture because YouTube, of course, but I can show you a picture of Isabel with the fake eyes. It's creepy. It's pretty creepy. It was the creepiest shot of the movie because then Enid sees this an army of soldiers, and with they have these cannons
God, Vicky was right.
and rifles.
The
And
little
it's pretty
people.
cool. She starts
fucking
to swing
dolls.
at them and throw her things at them, and it's Enid versus the soldiers, the army, and they start to blast cannons, but those cannonballs are apparently hitting hard because they're going right through her body, and she's shot down by these cannonballs, and she falls and she dies. Now, Judy goes to Stuart to help her and to find those dolls and to find that doll that she found. But at some point, David gets the impression that Stuart is a pedophile. Why, I don't know, but so at some point he's going to look for Judy and Stuart to kick his ass, and Rosemary at the same time is being attacked by toys, of course. She gets attacked and she falls out of a window to her death. Then she couldn't find Judy and Stuart. He goes back to the room. He sees that there things are happened there. He sees his dead body's new wife laying there outside. He picks her up, and now he's even more angrier. So he starts to look for Stuart, and now he wants to kill him, and probably hit the crap out of Judy. Now, there's this scene where Judy and Stuart are in this little storage room, but they're putting on the lights, and there are all these dolls, and these dolls are all like laughing and and Stuart's like, oh, that's the first time he sees them. He's like, oh my God, no! He starts to hit them. And Judy says, no, don't do that. Because at this point, they start to attack him. They're biting him with these little sharp teeth they have. And he's like, no. But Judy yells, no, stop. And they all stop. So basically, these dolls are like, if you're a good person, they will not, if you're a good dog, she would really wants to be in the video, right? If you're a good person, they will believe you. They will basically leave you alone. If you're a bad person, they're gonna kill you. That's just the way it is. They're judge and executioner. So eventually, Stuart reconciles with the dolls, and Gabriel, in the beginning of the movie, because she didn't have her teddy bear, he gave her a new doll called Mr. Punch, basically this jester doll. And then, of course, the dad, David finds them. They're in this little this little area where Gabriel's making the toys, and he wants to kick Stuart's ass, and eventually Mr. Punch comes in between, and he immediately takes his toy spear, he jabs it in his like heel, and he falls, and then he gets a little knife, cuts David in the cheek. Now it's basically David versus Mr. Punch at this moment. So they're just looking at Stuart and Judy, and they're just, David and Mr. Punch are duking it out. And eventually he does get Mr. Punch and kills him. But then Gabriel and Hillary, the owners of the mansion and the toy maker, they are coming from the stairs, and they see how awful David is, and they see that they killed Mr. Punch, and they I don't know how they do it, but apparently they have the magic not only to make dolls alive, but to morph a bad person like David into a doll, and you get this really, really well done morphing of David into a new Mr. Punch doll. You see the nose going bigger, and yeah, it's pretty cool. And Judy has a new Mr. Punch, and I believe at some point Mr. Punch says, "Fuck you," but you know he he's now off Judy, and eventually Judy and Stuart drive away, and you hear Judy saying to Stuart, "Did you ever met my mom? She's really beautiful, and she like you." So there's this, you know, maybe a beautiful ending that Stuart and her mom will hook up, and Julie will have a great stepfather in Stuart. It's a great movie. It has some creepy moments. Like I said, the creepiest kill. The creepiest kill is, like I said, Isabel with the doll's eyes, and when she takes them out and the blood comes out, and that was a creepy shot. Also, the mansion, very atmospheric, creepy, and especially when they're outside, it's like there's a storm, lightning, and you see they're not really well lit, just some candles against the wall, and then the lightning lights up some of the rooms, and you know that these dolls, and there are a lot of these dolls everywhere, and you know these dolls are gonna fuck you up at some point. So it has some creepy moments. The acting is okay. David and Rosemary, the father and the stepmom from Judy, they're pretty atrocious, and they act that way. And Judy, she's a little girl. She does what she's supposed to do. I'm not saying she get an Oscar nomination, but she. And then Stuart, being that nice, almost adult man with a childlike still fantasy about his toys. He plays that role well. And then the punkers, I hated them the most, but luckily they get the most most gory kill. There's not a lot of gore in this movie, but like I said, that one scene, that's fairly gory. And Enid's death, yeah, gory. I mean, she gets perforated by these cannonballs. So the two punkers get the worst, in my opinion. They get it the worst. But they were frustrating as hell. You have to imagine, you let them in your house, give you food, a warm drink, and you can stay in one of their bedrooms until the next day when everything clears up. And these two take this fucking boombox, put it in the kitchen, start to fucking do this like that, like retarded fucking like they're have a seizure or something. But the weird thing is that apparently all the cars that didn't work. That's the weird thing. Is Gabriel looked after the cars, Hillary, his wife said, and they worked perfectly again. That's weird, right? That's weird. So Gabriel went through the storm, in the rain and the lightning at night, and he made those. Okay. like I said, the only negative I had is that it's the punkers. I didn't like them, but on the other on the other side, they're cannon fodder. So you got you gotta have some creepy kills. And this movie, I think, is 80 minutes long or so. This movie could well been this movie, I mean, could have been a short story like Tales of the Crypt story. It didn't have to be that long. You have a lot of padding moments in there, and I think this would have been a great short story of the Tales of the Crypt stories. Uh, so yeah, that's about it. It's one you should check out, and I recommend it. Also, I'm giving it 6, so I really recommend it. And check it out, Dolls from 1986. Subscribe for more fun. It's free. See you next time. Bye bye.